Today's question, the top 6 tips and strategies in order to buy that first investment property. Hi everybody, I'm James Sharp. I run the Sharp Real Estate Group here in Dallas, Texas. I get this question posed every single week. How do I buy up my first investment property? And the first thing I'd always start with is, what are your goals? What is your end game? Are you going for cash flow, meaning like every month I get mailbox money coming in? Or are you looking for appreciation, which, hey, over time my value has gone up because the house values are going up? There is sometimes combination of both, but more times than not, you need to have kind of those goals lined out. Am I going for the cash flow, or am I going for the appreciation? Another piece to that is, if you invest this money, making sure that the goal is that, no, this is money that I can afford to put over into an investment piece and put in the bucket of investment property, and I don't need to touch it for everyday living. That's a huge goal to start with. Top tip number 1. I always recommend, if you're in a position to pay cash, that's fantastic. Proof of funds, some bank statements that say, hey, I got the line of credit already established. Those are huge statements of going forward, saying, hey, I am ready to go, real estate agent. Here's my proof of my bank funds. I have a couple $100,000 in the bank. I'd like to invest. My recommendation is this, though. Take this number tip 2 to heart. If you have that whole money, the whole enchilada, don't put it all into one property. You got to save some for the next property, and or saving some for those unexpected extras that are going to come up, because they will. Typically, you're looking at having to put 20 to 25% down. Depends on your market, depends on your lender and the banking institution that you're using. But always do this, is that if you have an interest in going into investment real estate, making sure to get an intro to a good banker, good loan officer who's handled investment properties. They'll guide you through that process, making sure everything's, again, just like in earlier videos, you're fully underwritten, fully approved to go buy that first investment property. Tell them, look, this is for investment purposes. The rates are going to be a little different than what it would be as if it was your primary residence, but don't let that fool you, because there's some great product out there, great opportunities to invest. Making sure to avail yourself of getting into somebody who has done this before. And that's the tip number 3, is don't try to do this on your own. This is like a public service announcement. I know I'm a real estate agent, but trust me on this there. You could possibly find yourself a deal, but you could also possibly find yourself a big money pit or a legal nightmare if you don't do your stuff right at the beginning. So hiring a professional agent, and also this is another tip here, tip number 3, making sure that if you get a professional agent involved, a real estate agent, that they've done this before, that they help a lot of investors, that they work a percentage of the business with investors, that they have investment properties themselves. Why would you go to somebody who has never bought an investment property, has never worked with an investor, as your trusted advisor through this process? So don't do that. That's a big strategy for success, is making sure you get in somebody and hit them up with questions there. A lot of times, tip number 4 is making that real estate agent start working for you, setting up searches, going through the MLS, combing that, finding the best deals, and being able to send those your way. And then when you get those properties too, ask this is a huge tip. Number 4 is, hey, can you do me some historicals on this neighborhood? I want to know the history. Hey, what's not in the last 3 months or 6 months, but go back. Hey, what's been the last year? Go back 5 years. Show the values as they've gone up there, because again, your investment's going to be sometimes locked in for, hey, you're going to buy this and hold it as a rental property. You want to know the long-term history on that. If you're looking at it as a resale, a flip property, a little different strategy. Again, lean into your real estate agent, finding that market data, that market research that they can provide you. The next thing would be is being realistic with your time frames, and especially working with trades. What I'm talking about is the painters, the plumbers, electricians. I love my painters, plumbers, electricians to death, but there's a lot of things that go into renovating a house, especially if you're looking at an investment property to renovate it to resell or to fix it up to get top rental dollars. Both situations there's some elements that go out of your control. The weather starts going bad. It starts raining, and that's when you're going to replace the roof. Well, you got to work within a realistic time frame. And also, a lot of these guys, especially in our North Dallas market where we're at, these trades are super busy. They're sometimes 2 or 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out, 6 weeks. I've seen some of my guys, where if you bought the investment property today, You may not get every trade up there immediately, and that will cost you time and money because you have carrying costs, you got holding costs there. So keep that in mind. A good strategy for success is making sure to ask your agent or your investment partners here in this case, who would they use for the trades there. I'll be happy to send you a list of trades if you guys want it. Painters, plumbers, electricians. I am a proliferate of the black book of all those good guys, and I can send that to you at any given time. Just leave a comment below. And last but not least, don't forget the CPA, the setting this up proper and stuff. A lot of my investors, they make the rookie mistake. Buy the property, they put in the name of themselves, they put it in their own bank account, they don't set up a line of credit in a business entity, an LLC this case or something. Get professional help, including setting up your own banking accounts for the properties. If you're going to have this as a rental property, set up, take a few minutes, go to the bank, set up a separate checking account, savings account, what have you, an account that could be deposited for the monthly rent, and also set it up where you keep it from commingled funds there. And if you got more than one property, it's not a bad idea to have separate accounts and separate LLCs or separate trusts, of whatever you want to flavor this. But making sure, if you're not understanding what I'm saying there, get the advice of a good CPA, a business attorney, real estate attorney, or real estate agent. We help you, guide you through the process. I know tremendous resources that help a lot of my investors, especially in have their legal questions answered, their CPA tax applications. They're huge when you get into investment property. So be mindful of those. Hopefully this has been a good video to share some insights for you. Again, as always, we appreciate you guys liking this video series, sharing this, telling your friends about it, leaving us comments below. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this. Hope you have a great day.